Coming up right now on SUTV News, flags are still missing outside of President Rood's house.
And police reported an intruder around Shippensburg. These stories and more.
SUTV News starts right now.
Coming back in 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
And thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Kyle Rogers.
And I'm Amanda Peterson. It's happening again. Off-campus female residents are seeing an unwelcome guest. Campus and state police have received 2 reports of males entering homes on Richard Street and High Street over the past month. If you see anything, don't wait to let police know.
One of the problems that we're having in catching this person is people wait to make the report to us. So as soon as this happens, we need to know about it.
Students are reminded to keep their doors and windows locked and to call state police if they have any information. The number here is 717-254-4701.
After an hour-long meeting today, Senate still hasn't reached a deal or decision on Edder's operational hours. Dr. Johnson Coyle, Director of Student Health, urged Senate again today to make the change. Coyle says changing the hours will help Edder use Senate's money more efficiently. Several representatives questioned Dr. Coyle's proposal and didn't see a need for a change. Senate President Comfort Dixon says shifting Edder's hours may not sit well with the students.
So for them to potentially move hours, as the terminology was used, instead of cut hours, I think it's really tough on students and possibly a bigger inconvenience than it is now. It's like a case study. We just need more and more information so we have more to back us up.
Senate will discuss the changes in the upcoming weeks. Comfort says she will be surveying students to get their opinion on the changes. All students are encouraged to participate. Well, the hard work students put in all year is praised every spring at the celebration of Student Research Conference. Now the provost is praising those who make the conference happen. Dr. Barbara Lyman has chosen Dr. Dietrich Ward of the History Department and Dr. Lori Sella of the English Department to get this year's Provost Award for Extraordinary Service. Dr. Lyman said that their planning and research made last year's conference a success.
2 weeks ago, flags were stolen from President Rood's lawn. 2 suspects were seen on the tape taking the flags from the flagpole in front of the Martin House around 3:14 a.m. The suspects were seen leaving in the direction of the steam plant. The SU Police Department is investigating and they are working with Borough and Township Police. This isn't the first time that SU Police have dealt with stolen school property. Last semester, police were investigating letters that were stolen from the sign at the main entrance of our campus. If you have any information on the flag theft, you can contact the Director of Public Safety at 717-477-1444. And Red Raider football alumni Chris Minner passed away in his sleep Wednesday night. Chris was a defensive lineman for the SU football team from 2001 to 2004. He was an All-PSAC Western Division second team selection. He played under the defensive unit led by the current head coach, Coach Mark Majeski. The Red Raiders will honor Chris by featuring his initials CM on their helmets.
If you happen to see pets parading through Shippensburg this weekend, don't be alarmed. The Better Days Animal League is hosting a 5K walk for owners and their pets Saturday morning near the Ship CV Rail Trail. The event will showcase some of Better Days' adoptable animals and give students an opportunity to volunteer. Animal-loving students are encouraged to come out between 7 and 11 Saturday morning to learn about how they can become a part of the Better Days shelter. For more information, visit betterdaysanimaleague.com.
Driving down 81 is not only a familiar commute for SHIP students, it's also a trip through history. Next Thursday, SHIP Conservation of Natural Resources professor Dr. Paul Marr will speak about the historical importance of one of Pennsylvania's most valuable interstates. Following the presentation, Dr. Marr and Stephen Deck, a senior planner for the PA Transit Coordination Study, will host a panel discussion on some of the contemporary issues 81 faces. The lecture will take place Thursday, September 29th at 7 p.m. in the Memorial Auditorium. The event is sponsored by South Mountain Speaker Series and is free to all students. Now that construction is almost done on the Cub, it needs to be decorated. If you like art and graphic design, then this contest is for you. There are chances to design signs and window clings, plus a few things to paint. You can find applications at ship.edu/cub. Applications and design proposals are due October 31st.
Former adjunct professor Lynn Ullman was back on campus yesterday. Now, she left campus to pursue her own artistic dreams. After spending some time painting works with themes of nature, she came to share them at the Lehman Library. Her work is on display at the ground floor of the library. She hopes that students will come in and get a feel for what she was trying to capture.
I don't know what they'll think about my work and me, and what have they gained from looking at these. It'll be so different from each person.
Meanwhile, another Shippensburg artist debuts his exhibit tonight, and it's all part of a new program highlighting art students in Shippensburg.
And I was really focused on getting really crisp lines, making everything look believable, and
Michael D'Ambrosio's interest in art started in his second year at Shippensburg.
I spend a lot of time observing what it is that I'm drawing, and especially with the watercolors being abstract and non-objective, they're still really complex.
Now, the Shippensburg senior can't get art off his mind.
I'm in my head trying to decide what it's going to look like.
With the brush of water paint, his masterpiece is born.
The name of this piece is called Do You See It? Sea spelled S-E-A, like the ocean or the sea.
A work he began with no idea in mind.
I just thought it was kind of witty. I don't know if everyone will see that it is a landscape, so it's posed as a question asking if you do see it or not.
Michael's art is now part of a new exhibit in Huber Art Center.
It's a place for students to show their stuff.
Every 2 weeks, a new student artist will be featured in the student gallery.
Makes me feel a little nervous because I know for the next week there's going to be people walking in and out, seeing it and judging it. But mostly I'm just definitely really happy that it all came together and accomplished.
Check out Michael's work in the student gallery at the Huber Art Center for the next couple weeks. The art department will spotlight 5 student artists a semester. That definitely takes talent. I can't even color within the lines. Coming up next on SUTV News, national headlines are making some changes in the ROTC. We'll tell you why.
And Casey Peel is here with your weekend weather. But first, Chelsea Waking is here with this week's preview of the slate.
This week in the slate, we have an article in sports on the men's soccer game occurring on Saturday, and an article on the field hockey game. In Ship Life, we have an article on the Thought Lot reopening, and we also have Pet of the Week. And if you'd like to contribute your pet for Pet of the Week, email us at slate.shiplife@gmail.com. Check out the slate on Tuesday.